Hey everyone, how's it going? Anthony Cosenza here with Casa Bella Realty Group. It's been a little while since we have come at you with a market update, but better late than never. And of course, we're getting up to the end of the year. And as we get closer to that, we'll be bringing you some interesting end of the year statistics as it goes with the housing market, real estate market, etc. So hope you have been well since the last time we spoke to you. Obviously, the holidays. Some have passed and some are just upon us, and we hope that you and your loved ones have been doing well. We've got, I'm a little more casual today in case you can't tell. The weather's going to be rainy and cooler, so I hope you don't mind. I didn't wear the collared shirt or a jacket this time. I went a little more casual to, I don't know, to show how cozy it is I don't know, snuggle up with a sweatshirt on a cold day, that sort of thing. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit more about in just a second here. We've got some things to get to. We've got some interesting statistics as it goes with the mortgage industry, loan rates. The last video we posted actually talked about the rise in loan amounts for folks and how that is affecting potential buyers, how that will affect potential buyers going forward, whether that's first-time home buyers, whether that's someone looking to go back into the housing market, buy a new home. So some interesting statistics there and information there. We've got some MLS statistics and data that we want to share with you all as well. And of course, let you know about some things going on in the community we like to talk about. Sometimes it's about stuff that we are partnering with in terms of another organization, another company. Sometimes it's just something else, an event, a charitable drive, what have you going on in the community. So we have that to get to as well, and we'll be sure to talk about that. First of all, though, as we normally do, let's get into the market update. And this market update is going to be provided by one of our friends in the mortgage industry, Kevin Buddy, president of Monarch Coast Financial. As I mentioned, Kevin Buddy, Monarch Coast Financial president. He is an excellent resource and one of the most well-respected voices in the local mortgage industry. He's been servicing folks on the mortgage side of things since 1976. A great guy. He's a friend of our brokerage. We've known him a long time, and he has taken care of a number of our clients. A great guy to know. You can see here, there is his advertisement of Monarch Coast Financial and his information. 422-2075 is the direct number, and the email address kbuddy, and that's BUDDE, at monarchcoastfinancial.com is the direct email address. He has been gracious enough to give us some pieces of information as it pertains to the mortgage side of things and just some interesting statistics that he has compiled through various resources. So we love when people do our homework for us sometimes, right? So we are going to rely on Kevin and his vast knowledge, his great tidbits of info that he passed on to us, and we will bestow those on to you all as well. So according to CoreLogic, this is again some information that Kevin Buddy has relayed to us. According to CoreLogic, third quarter homeowner equity report, U.S. homeowners with mortgages, and those account for 63% of all properties, have seen their equity increase by 31.1% year over year, representing a collective equity gain of over $3.2 trillion since the third quarter of 2020. 31.1% year over year equity gain for homeowners. Now, what does that tell you? It tells you a couple of things, and it tells you a couple of things that we've talked about on this show quite often, or our channel quite often. Number one is when you talk about, well, I don't know if it's a great time to buy. Well, if prices are a bit higher than they have been, obviously, there's no secret about that. But when you're seeing the equity you can accrue in a home and the equity that those have accrued over the last calendar year, you got to jump in on that, right? I mean, you want to be a part of that equity being accrued. So even if you are buying at a higher price point than maybe you would have desired, or you got in it a little late in terms of the buying side, what have you, that means that there is still, and by the way, there's no signs of this slowing up, at least not screeching to a halt. It may not grow by this much exponentially, but there's no signs of it stopping or slowing down or going the other way. By most prominent economists, we get asked this a lot. So if you have not, if you're thinking about buying and you have not gotten into the game here, that 31.1% of equity gain by homeowners is from year over year as we start fourth quarter here, but the third quarter of 2021 as opposed to 2020, 31.1%. Wow. That also points to a good time potentially to sell a home and capitalize on that equity, whether you want to move into a bigger house, whether you want to move into a different city, a more desirable city. Maybe you're looking to relocate in general. Capitalizing on that massive amount of equity that you have gained is something that you should think about, and leverage that to get into a bigger home, maybe one that you didn't think you would be able to get over a year ago now could be attainable based on the amount of equity you have accrued in your current home. Something to think about. Really, really interesting piece of data there. Adam Data Solutions. This is again courtesy of Kevin Buddy doing some homework for us. A November 2021 U.S. foreclosure market report. Now, this is a little interesting because for the entire year, we've been talking about how foreclosure numbers are low, 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 low. A little interesting here. November 2021 U.S. foreclosure market report. There were a total of 19,479 U.S. properties with foreclosure filings, down 5% from a month ago, but up 94% from a year ago. And it's 7 consecutive months of annual increases there. So again, down 5% from a month ago, but up 94% from a year ago. And I think also that is because you have to also think that there was the mortgage forbearance stuff, the forgiveness of paying back of certain things because of COVID. All of that plays into effect as from where we are now, as opposed to where we were and why foreclosures were so low. Now, we're going to see these increase, but we're not going to see these. No economists are talking about a massive foreclosure, like we saw back in 08, 09, that sort of thing. That's not what's coming here, but there's going to be more of them because of the forbearance. And then, of course, now coming out of that forgiveness type of situation, there's going to be more of them. And by the way, this is across the U.S. This is not just Orange County. So something to think about there and something to keep an eye on for all of us here, most definitely. Access to jumbo mortgage credit continues to increase in November, but the Mortgage Bankers Association says it's still down significantly from pandemic levels. The lender scale back on jumbo supply at the onset of the pandemic. So essentially what he's saying here, the jumbo index remains more than 40% below February 2020 levels. So this is just kind of in reference to that jumbo loan, that increase for 2022, the increase of the loan amount. It's still down from pre-pandemic levels. And then, of course, the availability of the jumbo index remains more than 40% below February 2020. Again, though, with this, increase in loan amounts, that could very, very well start changing as early as next year. And as we continue to come out of the pandemic, you could very well see more and more, this kind of increasing here, the 40% below February 2020 level, that number, and then down significantly from pandemic levels, that sort of thing. You're going to see that change. And of course, he gives us the the average U.S. mortgage rates, 30-year fixed rate right now averaging 3.1% and 15-year fixed rate averaging 2.38%. Now, you've seen those numbers kind of move up, move down. They have ticked up a little bit from, like middle of this year, but still that also, if you tie that one in back to the equity gain, the average equity gain that folks had 31.1% over the last year from Q3 2020 to Q3 2021. You tie that in there, you tie in the piece of information, the puzzle piece of a low interest rate on mortgages. You've got still a good time for buyers to capitalize on some things, and of course sellers to capitalize on that equity. And you can capitalize on that. It's not just first time buyers that we're talking about. It's if you have a home, you've got that equity, you want to get into a bigger home, if you need a loan, those rates are still competitive for you to be able to make that move. So something to think about. Again, that information courtesy of Kevin Buddy, president of Monarch Coast Financial. We always appreciate him giving us information and, of course, giving us, taking care of our clients and being a resource of information for our clients. He can be reached at 949-422-2075, KBUDDE at monarchcoastfinancial.com is the email address. I'm going to pull up one more sheet for you here in terms of some information and a little bit of background on Kevin, because he's a great guy. And like I said, a very well respected resource in the mortgage industry for realtors and for our clients. Of course, the big thing here, of course, he's got the wisdom, he's got the knowledge, he's got the skills, he is experienced. And he writes here, you can count on me to find financing solutions to help more buyers finance their dream home since 1976. That's Kevin for you. Also, he is a great resource, not only just kind of for your standard straightforward loans, but some information on that increased loan amount on jumbo loans and whatnot. If you kind of have some different parameters, if you're self-employed, any of that kind of stuff, he's really seen it all. So a guy that you want to contact if you have questions, and of course a guy we can connect you with for questions as well. So someone to really get to know and keep in your back pocket when you're looking to make a move and or just get some information on what's going on the mortgage side of things right now. Okay. Now we did some homework too, folks. It wasn't just relying on our colleague here. We did some homework too. Here is, as we like to share with you, as of December 13th, earlier today, as we sit here on Monday to start the week, an MLS Orange County update for you. So we will play this little streaming video for you here, and you can see some of the data that we've got here. Okay, so Casabella's 12/13 Orange County MLS update coming soon. There are 97 still coming soon, and 63 of those are from December 14th through just before Christmas, 12/23. So you still got quite a few coming up right before Christmas. Active 1,360, 399 of those are since the first of the month. Active under contract 1,117, 258 of those since the 6th, the beginning of last week. Pending, similar status to active under contract, 1,530, 167 of those since the beginning of last week, 12/6, and closed 912 since the first of the month. Now, there are still some folks, it is, in some ways, it's very quiet in the real estate market to close out the year. Sometimes there is a flurry of activity as well, though. We saw some to end our year last year. And, folks are looking to get into a home, sell a home, whatever, for tax purposes to end the year. So that's maybe why there are some rushes. But also folks are looking to do some things and set themselves up for the beginning of the year, even if they don't sell the home at the end of the year. There's still some things that they are trying to set up for themselves towards the end of the year here. So that is something to note. And so there is still some activity going on out there. It has slowed down a little bit for the end of the year, but that's just something to think about. And of course, if we can help you out with that, whether it's a purchase, a lease, anything like that, we want to do that. So definitely keep us in mind on that here. And so we've got a couple of things to share for you in terms of a market update. Here is, let's see if we can make this I'll just play this from our Instagram here. This is one of our recent transactions that we had as a brokerage. While we do a number of, and I've spoken on this on this broadcast here, while we do a number of different sales and purchases and all kinds of different things, listing side, buying side, we've done multi-unit properties recently as a brokerage. We also do leases, and we've done a couple of these over the past couple of months as well. And we did one recently. This is again, we'll share our Instagram account to remind you to go check out our Instagram account. We talked about Transaction Tuesday. Here is just a little brief clip. A home, and it is 35 Shorecliff in Aliso Viejo. Helped out some great folks get a home that they were looking for, and just some great folks. And they needed to get into a cool place. We found them a really nice place, showed them a few, and worked hard and made sure that they got the home that they desired, and did so beating out a number of different applicants. I like to think it speaks to our work ethic a little bit and representing our clients, but it mostly also speaks to the quality of their application and their background as well. All kinds of different things that are required there. It speaks to their character. So we were happy to help them out and get them into a home on the leasing side. So keep us in mind as a brokerage if you have some lease needs, or of course purchase, sale, multi-unit, anything like that, we've got you covered. All right, so we've got one thing to cover in the community, and we'll tell you about that just in a sec. So we're going to be a little self-serving, I guess, and continue to show something with our Instagram account. But here you go. And it's at Casabella Realty Group is our Instagram account. We have partnered with a couple of folks. We have partnered with local retailer Daisy Shop, which is they have a small chain of women's retail and or home goods type of stores. 3 stores are titled Daisy Shop. They have a sister store, also Goldfield and Daisy Shop in San Clemente are there, and then they've got one in Cabazon, a Daisy Shop, and they've got one in the Brea Mall as well. But at the San Clemente outlet location of Daisy Shop, we are partnering with them and have a box for toys to help out Toys for Tots. Toys for Tots, of course, is a Marine Corps Reserve entity, and they help out and they give toys to needy kids in the community, unwrapped toys. So we've already got a pretty good response, and thanks to the Orange County Realtors, the local association for real estate agents, they gave a number of toys on behalf of a number of different agents and whatnot, and so those will be there. But this is in their store now. It's going to be there only a limited time because Christmas is coming up here, and they're going to come pick up the box, but we've got quite a few. So please go, if you can, bring an unwrapped toy there. You can knock out some shopping for some folks on your list as well. You can see the box in Daisy Shop there. That's us. We dropped a few gifts off. Rick, Paula, and Anthony Cosenza, the Cosenza team, dropping off some gifts there, unwrapped toys. And of course, this is just a picture of what's inside. This is actually their Goldfield store, homewares. You could see some clothes here, some great stuff. Knock out some shopping while you drop off some toys for needy families. There's even a toy store on site at the outlet mall, so you can go there, buy a toy, bring it over there, and knock out some shopping. But happy we've partnered with the Gary Sinise Foundation to help out veterans, first responders, and their families, and now we're also doing some things with Toys for Tots to help out some needy families, and we would request your help if possible. Go to Daisy Shop at the San Clemente outlet location and drop off an unwrapped toy to help out a needy family. Also, in case you don't get by our Toys for Tots box, there are a number of them that are listed on their website. Go to their Orange County website. Go to their website in general to find where some of these locations and drop-off locations are. We'd love for you to help us out with the box that we have at this location, but if you can't make it there, or you've got another one a little closer to you or what have you, go check out where some of the drop-off locations may be and help out a family in need, whether it's the one that we've got set up or elsewhere. That's going to do it for us. We hope you've enjoyed the data we provided. thanks to Kevin Buddy for the information he provided as well. Go to CasabelleRealtyGroup.com for all of your real estate needs, whether it's information on houses that are out there. Again, information on leases, sales, purchases, all that kind of stuff. And or if we can be a resource for you in some way to help you out on the real estate side, even give you a referral to some home repair folks, whatever it may be. We want to help you out. We want to be your go-to resource for real estate needs. I'm Anthony Cosenza, realtor for Casabelle Realty Group. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. And we will be back again real soon to give you an update before year's end. Take care.